If, like me, at times you struggle with your weight, then stick around until the end of this video. Lumen, the world's first metabolic coach, has important insights tailor-made for you. After the revelations in this Atlantic article about Donald Trump's conversations with John Kelly, the now on the record comments, we've heard audio of John Kelly talking about Donald Trump being a fascist, being dangerous. We've heard the reporting from General Milley saying that no one is more dangerous to the United States of America than Donald Trump, that he is fascist to the core. These are men who are well educated about world history, about leadership, about all of the things that we are currently facing as a threat to our democracy. Men who dedicated decade upon decade upon decade upon decade of their lives in selfless service to the United States of America. These aren't political operatives. They're oftentimes too quiet, too reserved, too reticent to get out there and actually make negative comments about politicians. So when we learned this, it was a big deal. And we've been waiting for Kamala Harris to come out and make a statement. In fact, last night at the CNN town hall, she actually finally said, yes, I believe Donald Trump is a fascist. Before that, though, she made a statement about the reporting about Donald Trump. And let me tell you, in this brief, it's 3 minutes long, roughly, 3:07 or something. She decimates Donald Trump. In fact, that's right. There it is. There's the thumbnail. Kamala Harris decimates Donald Trump, blah, blah, blah. Because she succinctly, adroitly, expertly dismantles Donald Trump and his position relative to wanting Nazi generals, not German generals, not Hitler's generals. He wants Nazi generals. There are dozens of generals that go back to the Revolutionary War in American history that he could have picked. I want a MacArthur. I want a Patton. I want a Schwarzkopf. There's all kinds of generals he could have picked that are from America. He didn't choose them. He chose Nazis as the generals he wanted. Here's Kamala Harris doing what I just said, decimating Donald Trump, hopefully ensuring that he is not the option that people go to when they hit the ballot boxes. Watch this.
So yesterday we learned that Donald Trump's former chief of staff, John Kelly, a retired 4-star general, confirmed that while Donald Trump was president, he said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that because he does not want a military that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him. He wants a military who will be loyal to him personally, one that will obey his orders even when he tells them to break the law or abandon their oath to the Constitution of the United States. In just the past week, Donald Trump has repeatedly called his fellow Americans the enemy from within, and even said that he would use the United States military to go after American citizens. And let's be clear about who he considers to be the enemy from within. Anyone who refuses to bend a knee or dares to criticize him would qualify, in his mind, as the enemy within, like judges, like journalists, like nonpartisan election officials. It is deeply troubling and incredibly dangerous that Donald Trump would invoke Adolf Hitler, the man who is responsible for the deaths of 6 million Jews and hundreds of thousands of Americans. All of this is further evidence for the American people of who Donald Trump really is. This is a window into who Donald Trump really is, from the people who know him best, from the people who worked with him side by side in the Oval Office and in the Situation Room. And it is clear from John Kelly's words that Donald Trump is someone who, I quote, certainly falls into the general definition of fascist, who in fact vowed to be a dictator on day one and vowed to use the military as his personal militia to carry out his personal and political vendettas. Donald Trump is increasingly unhinged and unstable. And in a second term, people like John Kelly would not be there to be the guardrails against his propensities and his actions. Those who once tried to stop him from pursuing his worst impulses would no longer be there, and no longer be there to rein him in. So the bottom line is this. We know what Donald Trump wants. He wants unchecked power. The question in 13 days will be, what do the American people want? Thank you.
That is information dense. I mean, I transcribed the whole thing. I've got it all right here, and I could read the whole thing back again. But when she's hitting on the point that Donald Trump doesn't want generals or staffers or civil servants that are loyal to the United States of America or to the Constitution to which they swore an oath, because federal employees also swear an oath to the Constitution. He doesn't want that. He wants people who are loyal to him. When Donald Trump talks about treason or disloyalty, he's not talking about treason to the United States of America. He's talking about treason to him, his values, his self-interest. This is what we want in a leader, meaning Kamala Harris and her words. This is what we want. Someone who has raised her right hand on multiple occasions, swearing an oath, affirming an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America, our governing documents. Again, we have a choice in fewer than 2 weeks to secure democracy for our posterity's sake, or to end it. We'll just, it was a good experiment. We'll just call it quits now. And there's a lot of different elements that are at play right now. You've got all kinds of people on the far left who are just bomb-throwing extremists. I'm not going to vote for Kamala Harris. Genocide is my red line. As though not voting for Kamala Harris is going to do anything to stop what is taking place in Gaza right now. Well, I'm going to vote for Jill Stein. Look at me. Because that's what it's about. Selfishness. It's about my particular thing. Not thinking about what's going to happen to LGBTQ folks, poor people, homeless people, immigrants in this country, whether they be undocumented or not. Women in this country who are bleeding out in their cars because Donald Trump put in three Supreme Court justices who overturned and stripped away a woman's constitutional right to abortion. I think you get it. If you don't, I'd love to hear from you. You can comment below, take your chances in the comment section, or you can quietly and anonymously call me, 714-576-4054. Email me daily@dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work, helping me produce this content. You can become a channel member for $2 a month. You can go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both those are great ways to help support what we do here, which I think is important work. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore everywhere. I'd love to see you there, and I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine. And remember, when you're voting, to take care of one another. For many of us, weight can be a struggle. I know it is with me. As we head into the holiday season once again, which for many is the hardest time to stay healthy, I, for one, am determined to stay on target. You guys have certainly seen me through thick and thin, for sure. In appreciation of this support, I would like to share a tool that I've been using to keep me on leaner track, Lumen. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. With just one breath in the morning, Lumen measures your, or in this case, my, metabolic flexibility, which is our body's ability to efficiently switch between different fuel sources like carbs and fats. The more flexible your metabolism, the healthier you are, because your metabolism is at the center of everything your body does. Optimizing your metabolic health carries many benefits, including improved energy levels, elevated fitness results, superior sleep, and easier weight management. Head to lumen.me/Dollemore to receive 15% off of your purchase and put your metabolic health in your own hands. With one breath, Lumen will give you daily macro recommendations based upon your own biofeedback, allowing you to put yourself in the most ideal state for losing excess fat, gaining muscle, and improving metabolic health. You can also breathe into Lumen before and after workouts and meals to see exactly what's going on in your body in real time. With Lumen giving you tips to keep you at the top of your game. No more one-size-fits-all nutritional strategies. Craft a healthier version of you with Lumen. Head to lumen.me/Dollemore to receive 15% off of your purchase. That's lumen.me/Dollemore. Probably should spell that one too, but I'm not gonna. For 15% off. Breathe out and take metabolic health into your own hands.